Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Comrade.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Medic reporting. Waiting
Reporting.
orders.
Awaiting orders. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Reporting.
Very well. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Reporting.
Awaiting orders. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Agreed. Very well.
Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledge.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Ready and waiting. Reporting. At once.
Yes, affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. At once. At once. Yes, sir.
Yes, affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Reporting. Ready and waiting. At once. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Very well.
Mission saved.
Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Report affirmative. Waiting order. Report affirmative. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Moving out. Reporting. Report. Yes, sir. Waiting order. At once. At once. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Report affirmative. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, acknowledged. Waiting. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Very well. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Of course. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Of course. Affirmative. Wait. Yes, sir. Ready and wait. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Of course. Affirmative. Ready and very well. Reporting. Very well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. At once. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready. At once. Ready. Very well. Reporting. Of course. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Ready and waiting. Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Medic reporting.
Waiting orders.
Medic reporting out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Medic
Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready. Affirmative. At once. Reporting. Ready. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Wait, yes, sir.
orders.
Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Report. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Report affirmative. 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 Agreed. 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 Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Very good. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Ready and waiting orders. Report.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Reporting. Reporting.
Medic reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Medic
Reporting. Reporting. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Medic reporting. Yes, sir.
Yes, reporting. Very well.
Medic reporting.
Reporting. Agreed. Acknowledged.
Medic reporting.
Yes, sir. Reporting.
Medic reporting.
Waiting reporting. Very well. Reporting. Very well.
Comrade.
Acknowledged. At once. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. 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 Very well. Ready and waiting. At once. Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir.
Waiting order. Waiting
Ready
order.
and waiting. Agreed.
Comrade.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Agreed. Ready and waiting. At once.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting
Agreed.
orders.
Agreed. Affirmative.
At once.
Affirmative.
Very
At
well.
once. Yes, sir.
Very well.
Waiting
Orders.
affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Waiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Medic reporting.
Reporting. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Reporting. Medic report. Out. Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. At once.
Mission saved. Mission loaded.
Reporting. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Acknowledged.
Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Waiting orders.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Waiting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Reporting.
Unit lost. Mission
Reporting.
loaded.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Reporting. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative.
Yes, awaiting orders. At once. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Waiting orders. Affirmative.
Comrade, acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Waiting order. Comrade.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Echo reporting.
Mission
Comrade,
loaded.
acknowledged.
Yes, ready and waiting. Awaiting orders. At once.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Yes, acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. Yes, sir. Comrade, affirmative. Comrade, acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade, affirmative. Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Ready. Very well. Wait. Affirmative.
Comrade, affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Waiting affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, affirmative. Yes, affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. At once. At once. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative. 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 Agreed. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Agreed. Affirmative.
Waiting order.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. At once. At once. At once. At once.
Waiting order.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Very well.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Comrade, affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Comrade, affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Vehicle affirmative. Acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Comrade, acknowledge. Waiting order.
Ready and waiting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Agreed. Very well. At once.
Comrade, affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Comrade, acknowledge. Traffic. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, acknowledge. Yes, acknowledge. Yes, acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Waiting orders.
Ready
Waiting
and
orders.
waiting. Yes, sir. Comrade, affirmative. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waiting affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Report agreed. At once. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Very well. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
Waiting order.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Comrade. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Vehicle reporting.
Mission saved.
Reporting. Acknowledge.
Mission loading.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Yes, affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Comrade. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Comrade. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Affirmative.
sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Comrade. Acknowledge. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Minute lost.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Mission loading.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Ready and waiting.
Reporting.
Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Yes, very well. Report affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Report. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Waiting
Yes,
orders.
sir. Acknowledge.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Waiting
Affirmative.
order. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. 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 Waiting order.
Waiting orders. Very well. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Very well.
Mission saved.
At once. Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Waiting order.
Mission loading.
Yes,
Affirmative.
sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Comrade. Waiting affirmative. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Waiting order. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Mission loading.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Comrade.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade. Waiting order.
Yes, sir. At once. At once. Reporting. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Waiting order. Reporting. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Waiting order.
Reporting.
Comrade. Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Mission saved.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Waiting. Yes, acknowledged. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Yes, affirmative. Yes, affirmative.
Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledged. Waiting order.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Comrade. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Comrade.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Comrade.
Reporting. Reporting. Agreed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. At once. Yes, sir. Of course. Ready and affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Waiting
Very
orders.
well. Waiting order.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. At
Yes,
once.
sir. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Mission saved.
Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledged. Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Ready and at once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Mission loaded.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission
Yes, sir.
loaded.
Yes, sir.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Report acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting. Affirmative. Waiting. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. At once. At once.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Waiting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting. Acknowledged. Waiting order.
Reporting.
Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Mission saved.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Echo report. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Mission
Yes,
loaded.
sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Wait, affirmative. Yes, sir. Comrade, affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit lost. Mission
Yes,
loaded.
sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Report acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade.
Ready and waiting.
Acknowledged.
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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Waiting orders. At once. At once. Very well. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Acknowledged. At once. Reporting. Very well. Yes, sir. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Waiting orders.
Waiting
Ready
order.
and waiting. Very well. At once.
Mission saved.
At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Of course. Agreed. Reporting. Acknowledged. Very well. Very well. Ready and wait. Very well. Agreed. Reporting.
Reporting. Affirmative. Wait. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Waiting order. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yes,
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Ready and wait. Very well.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Reporting. Very well. Yes, sir. At once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir.
Mission loaded.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Waiting affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. At once. Reporting. At once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Report. Yes, sir. At once.
Waiting order. Waiting order. Acknowledge. Waiting. Yes, sir.
Lost. Mission
Yes,
loaded.
sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Waiting affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Comrade.
Yes, sir. Reporting. At once. Reporting. Agreed.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. At once.
Comrade. Acknowledge.
Ready and waiting orders. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At once.
Awaiting orders.
Mission saved.
On my
Unit
orders.
lost. Mission loaded.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Reinforcements
Acknowledge.
have arrived.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Waiting order. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Vehicle
Yes,
reported.
sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Reporting. Waiting order.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Awaiting
Acknowledge.
orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reported.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Comrade. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Waiting order. Yes, acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reported. Affirmative. Agree. Yes, of course. Very well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Vehicle acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Comrade.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Comrade.
Very well. Yes,
Comrade. Yes, sir.
very well. Ready and waiting.
Reporting. Comrade. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Report. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledge.
Yes, agreed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Waiting acknowledgement.
Yes, sir. Yes, acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Waiting orders.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Agreed. Reporting.
Yes,
Acknowledge.
sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
At once.
Yes, sir.
At once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Mission accomplished.